Hi. So today I'll be talking about a book that I actually got from my mom. A couple weeks ago, I saw her and she had a bag full of books to give me, ones that she read already and didn't really anticipate reading again. And she asked me if I wanted to look through them. My way of looking through them was looking at the titles. I found one that I had already, so I tossed that aside and took all the others. She was surprised I actually took all of them without reading the backs of them, but I thought, a book is a book. I'll go ahead and read it. If I like it, great. If I don't, oh well. And this was one of the books. It's called The Night Garden. I may have mentioned this before, but you know how they say that you can't judge a book by its cover? When it's a pretty cover, I feel like you can. Out of all the books that she gave me, this was one that stuck out to me to read first. Well, actually, it was tied with another one, but that one I'll talk about later. I read it pretty fast. It's not very thick, but with what I had going on at the time, I was able to read a lot. So I read it maybe within the last week or so. And it starts off with a nosy neighbor looking into a garden that she's able to see through her window. And there's a drought going on. Sound familiar? And so she doesn't like the fact that the garden is so well maintained, which she thought they're using up all the water to grow everything, to continue to water it. Nothing was dying. When I got to that part, I was thinking, it's magic. And in a way, I guess it kind of is. And so at first you see the outside of the garden, and the rest of the book you go inside to get to know the characters there. And the main character is Olivia. She lives there with her dad, although the dad lives kind of on the outskirts of things, and you kind of get the idea through the book why he chose to do it when you're with him. But they live there along with some people that they take in. They welcome anyone who doesn't really have a place to live. Most of them are women, because they help maintain the garden as part of their way to contribute for them staying. There's something else going on in that garden with Olivia. She refuses to let people touch her. So Olivia is poisonous to the touch. Still kind of magical, right? You wonder how she got this way? Well, that's what the book kind of goes through. You go through her life, you go through how it happened, how her dad came about a family who was kind of a loner before her mom came around. And there is kind of a love story to it. There was a boy next door, literally next door, who she used to play with as a kid a lot, and he came back into town. So they get reacquainted with each other, and you kind of go through life with Olivia and see what she has to go through with this condition and how she tries to hide it from everyone. So it is really entertaining. It kept me reading it. It kept me just flipping through page after page after page. My mom was actually surprised I read it so fast. So much so where I'm going to be giving it back to her so she can reread it, because when I was telling her that I was reading that book and I told her when I finished it, and she thought, wait a minute, I kind of remember it being about a girl and a dad. That's all she really remembered. Wait, does she want to remember all this? Maybe I should tell her not to watch this yet. So if you're not going to take my recommendation on the book, which I think it's worth reading if it sounds interesting to you, take that from my mom, who almost gave it away, then thought twice about it once she realized I was enjoying it. So if it's good enough for her to reread it, I think it's good enough for you guys to at least pick it up and try it, if it sounds at all interesting to you. Which it kind of is. It's kind of fantasy-like because you don't think anyone's really poisonous to the touch. So that was kind of unique. I don't think I've ever read anything like that. At least not that I could think of. But anyway, that's my review on The Night Garden. See you next time. Bye.